Welcome to week 5 of Hiring in Toronto. I'm your host, Peter Kribelian, co-founder of Plus5XP, where we help young professionals simulate 5 years of experience. The good news for the greater Toronto job market is it's still growing, but before we get into details, let's see how our trend analysis works. The blue line is to show how many jobs were created for that particular day. This line will show great volatility, but this shows us what the short term looks like. The black line represents a 7-day moving average of job creation data. This line will be less volatile and represent the medium term. We will now incorporate a red color representing a 30-day moving average of job creation data. This line will represent the long term. The idea is to now compare the day, how many jobs were created today compared to how many jobs were created on the average of the last week of the jobs that were created on the average of the last month, and see are we higher or lower. To confirm strong growth, we need to see both the blue and the black line over the red line. Now let's look into the data. Since April 4th, the Greater Toronto job creation data has jumped 14.4%. We're still above the monthly moving average by 46%, which is great news for new graduates entering the market. All job types are showing confirmed growth. However, let's look into them in a little bit more details. For full-time employment, it started low on the weekend and on Monday, then moved above the weekly moving average on Tuesday, leading to a month high of 815 jobs being created on Thursday. The weekly average is down 0.8%, but it's also above the monthly moving average by 35.9%. I'm not really nervous about the negative growth on the weekly average, so let's stay tuned and keep watching it. For part-time, it seems like once a week all the recruiters get together and say, we need part-time jobs now. Okay, I may be over-exaggerating, but looking at the data, we see spikes every week, but the weekly average stays consistently just above the monthly moving average. With seasonal hiring coming, I don't think it will dip anytime soon. But when it does and full-time is increasing, it'll be a confirmation for a good sign of a healthy market. So normally in the Greater Toronto area, contracts don't really have much volume. But interesting enough, this week it does. 104 jobs were created at the end of the week. Nice graduation present for everyone graduating. Looking into it a bit, the top companies are Huawei and IFG, International Financial Group. So you might want to look into that. Time to see how the industries in the Greater Toronto area are doing. For computer software, they still have confirmed growth and they're still hiring. So there's not much to say here, other than here are the companies to look at if you want to get hired. So we have, of course, Amazon and AWS who are hiring like crazy, SoundHound and Creative Circle, which is a recruitment firm that I've never heard of, but I do like their name. Information technology and services is still holding on to a confirmed growth status and has been creating a strong number of jobs daily. The companies to look at here are Bell, Scotiabank, and Amazon. 2 weeks ago, we said financial services were going to start pumping out jobs and coming back strong, and oh did it ever. They are nearly back to their April 4th weekly average, and they are separating from their monthly moving average in strong fashion. Companies to search for are RBC, TD, and BMO Financial Group. I guess that makes sense when 4 of the top 5 are hiring on this list. That said, CIBC, where are you at? Now here's a small heads up for our viewers. We don't have any trends or anything, however, nonprofit organizations put out 187 jobs on LinkedIn on Tuesday. So if you're interested, check it out. No one knows about this and this is a great opportunity. Now let's look at the experience needed for these jobs. For internships, the market is dead right now. However, the Canadian federal government has created the Magnet Student Work Placement Program, or SWPP subsidy, to force more internships. This covers a minimum of 50% of your cost. For more details, we will post a link in the description below. That said, if I were you, I wouldn't wait for the school to gather companies and hand them out. I'd reach out to the companies you want to work for and make the pitch. Your university will bend over backwards right now to make this happen. If you want to be a little bit sneaky, you can also reach out to the team in charge of internships at your university and ask to support them. Why? Well, the amount of admin work that will come from this will be too much for their respective teams to handle. Take advantage of it. Entry-level job creation is still very strong as some companies can't hire enough to sustain their growth during COVID-19 or they're facing now seasonal pressures. But other than the Home Depots and the Lowe's Canada, where can young professionals get a job? While looking into job level creation, we looked at Rockstar Gaming and CIBC, which is actually really happy because we finally found where CIBC's been hiding in the entry job level. Happy to see Toronto performing the opposite as Montreal in the associate level. Strong week average in the last 2 weeks and separating further from the monthly moving average. Companies to target, well, there's no real major players, but Hydra One, CAA Club Group, and Spring Gauge are some random ones I picked out that could be interesting for you. Note to everyone, the mid-senior level doesn't post anything on the weekends. Like, look at it. It's way below the monthly moving average. That said, there's strong growth on the other days of the week, resulting in a 14.4% increase on the weekly average and a positive delta of 46% on the monthly average. Companies to target are AMD, HDR, and Amazon. The rise of job creation is still moving upward in a strong fashion. Just look at the increase in the weekly moving average. There's just such great opportunity coming from COVID-19 situation. Companies to target: Infrastructure Ontario, Loblaw Company, Jobleads.com, career for senior level professionals. Yes, that's an actual company's name. Executive level is still strong, but you need to be tech oriented. If you are an executive and not tech literate, you need to find a mentee and trade value ASAP. Companies to target here though are Randstad Canada, Great Canadian Gaming Corp, and tech companies like Click with a K and Lopio. Thanks for watching our video. If you have any questions, please comment them below. Also, we have just made a new series called Insider's View, so please take a look at that. So like and subscribe to our channel, and also if you want to connect with us on LinkedIn, we'll put the link below. Thank you so much for watching.